This is 97.9 WRMF Palm Beach.
You see somebody text in and said, yeah, when I first met my boyfriend's parents, they had no idea we were coming. So he used his key and he unlocked the front door for me to step in. Well, I step into the living room and the door closes behind me. And I look and there I am standing in his parents' living room by myself and they're there watching TV. He just he shut the door. They're like, can we help you? Oh. It was his little joke.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh. I'd been like, what the hell?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Can I help you?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, man.
Dunkin' is the official coffee of the KVJ Show. America runs on Dunkin'. The KVJ Show is now live on 97.9 WRMF.
It's time to wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ Show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. Jason talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stacks. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ Show.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the KVJ Show. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Happy Wednesday.
It's good to see y'all.
Pump it up.
Great to see you.
Oh, I know. It's great to be seen. Here we go. Yeah, yesterday I was like, I'm like, boy, did I do a weird voice or something like that? Because, sometimes when you do the misconnections, Craigslist misconnections, like it hurts the voice a little bit. And at the end of the show, I was like, and then it's kind of staying with me the whole day. My wife's like, well, you know what? I woke up with a sore throat. I'm like, you know what? I think that's what I've got.
Uh-oh.
And she's like, you know what? I got just the thing. She's like, here. And she gave me this shot. It was like a ginger shot from Whole Foods. She's like, this is supposed to, be really good for you. And I was like, okay, yeah, I can take it. I'm getting ready to go to bed, get some sleep. So hopefully I take a nice little ginger shot and get some sleep and knock this thing right out. I don't know what happened. I did the ginger shot. By the way, atrocious. It's terrible. I mean, it's one of the worst liquids I've put in my mouth ever.
Please tell me it's not like one of those ginger energy shots.
I don't know. I was so amped for about 4 hours. I'm just like, I mean, honestly, I was ready for Ultra. I was like, ding, 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 ding. I was like, I don't know what happened. I could not sleep forever. So it kind of defeated the whole purpose. I feel 3 times as bad as I did before I went to bed.
So you're tired now.
Yes, now I'm really tired. Yeah. So, and when I needed that energy, I'm just like, because to me, that's what life is all about. It is about energy displacement. It's trying to make sure that when you need energy, you have energy. And when you shouldn't have energy, like around bedtime, you don't. And that's one thing I always, with my day, try to manage, and something just got thrown off last night.
Sabotage.
I could not believe how amped I was. Now, I'm not saying it was. I don't know. I need to go read that bottle. But all I know is what happened, and woo, was I ready to go last night.
It sounds like you took a ginger energy shot.
Oh, I think I might have. I couldn't tell. I had so much. And the crazy thing about it, I just gotten back from 9 rounds, so I just done a very vigorous workout. So
you should have been tired.
I should have been exhausted.
You should have done that ginger shot before 9 rounds.
I would have done 45 rounds. I would still be going right now. I wouldn't have stopped.
That's the worst when you're trying to go to bed and you can't. You have all this energy,
Terrible.
but you're mentally tired. Your brain is exhausted.
Well, it's because you need it. Like, it's like, I got a 4-hour show, and then I've got 3 meetings, actually 4 meetings today, and I'm like, I'm going to need a lot of energy. So it's like, I'm going to feel this afternoon when I need to be amped the way I should have felt last night when I was trying to go to bed. If I could have just flip-flopped those 2, that would have been really a lot more helpful in my life.
Question, do we have to be a part of any of these 4 meetings?
No.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't really include you. You're lucky.
Why is that?
I don't think you like being there.
Oh, okay, I hope that's the only reason why. I hope you don't think I'm going to mess something up.
No, no, I know. Just you don't like being there.
Do you like being there?
No, but I got to.
I don't like what happens if we're not there.
Yeah.
Because then decisions get made, and they're usually bad without us.
But if it's something important, you want me there.
Yeah, but it's like I normally handle the stuff. I mean, like, today it's email lists.
Yeah,
so
I'm
organizing our email list.
Definitely missing that one.
Yeah, so, that's the kind of stuff where it's like, don't worry about it. I got this kind of stuff. So that's what it's all about. So we'll see. Hopefully, I'll stay awake for it. I don't know.
Drink some
I don't
more
know what I
ginger.
might.
I don't know. A meeting about email lists?
I know, exactly.
That sounds like something to sleep through.
Oh, I know. I probably will, and I'll be like, "Oh, wait, who agreed to this?" They go, Kev, you did when your head was on the table. Whatever.
That sounds like the worst meeting ever.
It's tough. Yeah, these are some of the meetings that you got to kind of deal with on a daily basis. So let's just hope that I don't fall asleep sometime during the show today.
KVJ Show is all over social media. Find us Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, JBird?
I know y'all don't do the eBay stuff, but I'm in this really weird eBay moment with this guy who will not stop hounding me on a mistake he made. He sent me the wrong package. I was telling you guys a little bit about this the other day. He sent me the wrong G.I. Joe toy. I'm like, oh my gosh, what the heck? So
It's the end of the world.
it really is. So I email him back, but I guess it was a complaint, but I publicly put the complaint on his page where everybody can see it. He lost his mind. He couldn't believe that I did that.
Well, he sent you the wrong guy.
Agreed. I didn't realize I did it public. I apologize. I wasn't trying to blast you public, but eBay has a policy where once you put a critique on there, you can't take it off, baby. It is on there. Unless somebody out there knows how to take that off. The research that I have done, eBay has emailed me back, said, we don't take these off.
Well, did you email him back the wrong guy and he sent you the good one?
Well, I told him, he goes, listen, I'm sending you your right toy. Can you go ahead and go to the post office and now send the right toy to the other guy?
What?
Because
you have to send the wrong toy to the
What?
other guy?
Yes, because how else am I going to... So I either have to send it to that guy or now I have to send it to the other guy. And he's talking to me about sending me this sticker that I need to use. It's become a to-do, not to mention... It took me an hour to research the eBay stuff to try to get that comment off for him. He's some dude in Pennsylvania. And every 3 hours, he keeps emailing me, hey, have you sent that thing yet? Have you sent it yet? Hey, I'm still waiting for that code number. Can you send me that tracking number? And I'm at a point now where, I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of moving.
Just give it to me. Just give me an address and I'll take care of it. Give me the toy and an address.
Okay, because he's like, oh, it's...
Tracking number in my ass. You're not doing all that. I'll just take it to the post office and drop it at the post office. I'm not getting a tracking number. Just give me an address and I'll ship it.
Hey, get to the point. When do you stop being cool? You know what I mean?
Well, he's the one that made the mistake, but I mean, I understand he wants the merch back so he can send you the right stuff.
But almost like demanding me take off the complaint. And I wasn't a jerk about it. I just said, hey...
Yeah, the complaint stands. He sent you the wrong toy. Just give me the address and I'll mail back the wrong toy to him.
Well, then there's this, like, he's like, you're going to have to pay for shipping, but send me a bill for shipping. It's like all this stuff.
I can see why I'm not using eBay.
It's $5. I'll cover the shipping. Just give me the address and the wrong stupid toy. Is he sending you the right toy?
I haven't got it yet, but he says it's on its way.
Oh, yeah. He's waiting to get the wrong toy back before he sends you the right toy.
It's really usually not this bad, Kev. It's usually, but I guess these eBay people, they lose their mind if they get a knock on their score.
Because
it's a pride thing.
Yeah, and it devalues them as a seller. And when people go to buy things, they look at your value as a seller. And if I can buy it from you or a guy who's got a higher rating, I'm going to always go with the higher rating guy.
There is an eBay dude out there, though. I've noticed.
And there's some people, this is their livelihood.
I know, and I get
This is all this guy probably does.
I understand that.
He's probably a shut-in who never leaves his house, and this is his one form of income.
But I looked at his review. He had perfect reviews, and then I put a neutral, but I thought I was just doing it to...
Well, if he wants to keep it perfect, he shouldn't have sent you the wrong damn toy.
By the way, the wrong damn toy was also broke on top of it. Now I'm afraid he's going to say I broke the toy.
Oh, no. He is going to say
I know
that.
he is.
You are in trouble.
Not a good endorsement for eBay here.
eBay jail. I mean.
Oh, my God.
But if anyone has any advice, so you'll take it?
Yes, just give me the address and give me the toy, the broken ass toy, and I'll ship it back to him.
Thank you, Vicious V.
I'm good at the post office. I was just there yesterday.
Really? I had to mail a letter to my dad in Texas. It took me an hour.
An hour.
Oh, I'm like, I'm Googling what side of the envelope does the stamp go on?
Oh, no.
When do you ever mail anything these days?
All the time. Just give it to me. I'm here for you.
You just need to probably put Virginia on retainer.
That's
Just
right.
to handle your life.
You're the new snack pack manager.
It's so easy, actually. It's not even, like, I wouldn't even call it adulting.
All right, good. It's yours.
What you got on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, the summer of Mag's fun is over. It's coming to a grinding halt. We had a conversation yesterday about money, and I broke it down for her like this, and I really had to look at it in my head, too. When the kids aren't in school, it becomes very expensive.
Yes, it does.
Because they want to do things. They want to do camp, or they want to go to the movies, or they want to go to the mall, or they just want to order Uber Eats. Or in the case of Magnolia, in a 24-hour period, she did all of that and more and ran up a massive bill. And so we had to have a conversation yesterday about summer and how it's just got to hit the brakes here. So
We haven't even been in it a week.
we haven't even been in it 5 days.
So wait, we've got kids have been out of school for on day
3
3,
days.
and you're all ready to send her back?
I'm hitting the brakes on summer.
Is there anybody else ready to send their kid back after just 2 days of summer vacation?
I can't believe how expensive this summer is already becoming.
Snicky, get control of your house.
Thank you. I lost control, and I think a lot of it had to do with this. So she had a little friend come over on Sunday. Lovely little girl. It's not the little girl's fault, but the girl's been at my house since Sunday, and so it's been this constant sleepover and this constant thing where I think Mags was trying to impress her. And so we had to be doing things and going places and getting food and Uber Eats and Chinese food and ordering pizzas. And then yesterday, she's like, Mom, can I have a couple friends come over to the pool? I should have said no. But instead, I was trying to be nice, and I said yes. So all these friends came over to the pool, and then we had to feed all these kids and give all these kids beverages. And I'm like, okay, the money is not stopping here. I can't wait for summer to be over.
I mean, we're talking Chinese food, Uber Eats. Magnolia is the coolest friend ever.
She's doing great.
Pizza, sodas,
Yeah.
all my bottled water. All my private stash of ginger ale that
man.
I keep in my own private fridge.
They're drinking Mama's ginger ale?
Check my ginger ale.
What?
That, do not drink my soda.
Summer has become so expensive. I got to stop the bleeding. We're done.
Well, I think what, the secret to like pulling off a successful summer with your kids, keeping them happy, it's finding something cheap that can entertain for a long amount of time. Like I remember as a kid, they used to have these lawn sprinklers that would kind of like go back and forth. And our cheap parents in the neighborhood would just put one of those out in the yard. They'd be watering their grass, and we would run through that thing for like 3 hours straight. And I look back on that, we're going, that should have like tapped out on the fun in about 3 minutes.
And it's so funny you bring that up because I had exactly that thing going on yesterday with Rocco. But his sister's too old for that.
Okay.
She won't run in the sprinkler. She's too fancy.
That was kind of
Gotta be a pool, huh?
That was our low budget version of a pool. Was us playing in the sprinkler and with the hose.
Oh, I love the sprinkler. That's big fun.
Yeah, when you were really poor, you just had a hose and you just spray each other and try to do that all day long.
Well, my dad got that bonus, so we got that plastic pool. You know we love that thing. My mom loved the plastic pool.
Yeah.
Loved it.
And if you were a kid that really couldn't afford the slip and slide, and you would take the trash bags and try to tack them down in the yard, but it didn't work out right, and then they'd rip up, and then you'd slide through. Because where I grew up, we had like some thick grass, and it was sharp. It was like razor blades. And so when you went on that thing, all of a sudden, like, you came up.
I'm cut.
Oh my gosh. And that mixed with the water, the massive amounts of blood coming off of children was horrifying.
Got stitches that way one summer. We were doing the same exact thing, and we didn't use plastic. It rained, and we had like a little like divot area in the backyard. Rained, there was glass in there, and sliced my foot doing the little head, the Pete Rose slide.
Wow, okay.
7 stitches, 1987.
Yeah, you got to definitely check for glass in the yard. But after you've done that, this seems kind of cool. Tell me if you think this sounds awesome. This is definitely an upgrade. This is not for the poor kids that we had in my neighborhood. Target is selling a 20-foot-long water slide that is tear and puncture resistant for $550.
Oh, we need that. KVJ needs that.
How water slides?
I mean, this is like a new tricked out version. I think you still need gravity to work for you, so you need to find yourself a little hill, which can be difficult in Florida. But, some little like roving hills do exist.
Oh, we have to get this.
Oh, it sounds so awesome. It's called the Rave Sports Turbo Shoot, which just sounds super fast, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it
Good
does.
name.
And it's for ages 6 and up, so I guess it's relatively safe. You can throw a 6-year-old on it.
Turbo shoot.
Rave Sports Turbo Shoot.
Oh my gosh, this thing is big.
Yeah. How impressive does that look?
Oh, we have to get that.
What are we talking about, right?
we gotta get
What
that.
are we talking about?
But
That
we
is the-
do need a hill.
That is the summer must-have. But yeah, it's probably going to be harder to find a hill around here.
That's the hard part. We're in Florida. It's too damn flat.
They
Yeah.
have one at the amphitheater right behind that grass.
Oh, that thing would be amazing.
That really would be.
Honestly, if they really would take about 10 of those 20-foot long slides, and imagine if you had a 200-foot. Now, I guess you just go to Rapids, but still,
You're right.
still,
You
this is-
spend way less.
yeah, you're right.
You can take 10 people to
It's
ride.
already there
We
and
just,
built.
we just spent $5,000 on these stupid water slides. We could have just gone to Rapids for a fraction of the cost.
And if you put this thing at the amphitheater, the speed these
There's
kids
no way you're
will
stopping.
be hitting the bottom at.
You would be backstage in 3 minutes.
They will be flying through the backstage. They'll be on Belvedere.
What's the
Yeah.
entire cost on that thing?
$550, which I am like, wow, okay, that's where, I mean, my mom would just, there's not even a chance. So I don't know which rich kids are getting this Rave Sports Turbo Shoot.
Is it enough to put in probably not a courtyard patio. It's too small, isn't it?
Your patio's way too small.
But at the new place, if I actually attach it to the front door out the gate, I have a big grassy area and it has like a little bit of a hill. Could this possibly work? Slide right into my
Let's
place.
look at it.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something and you're going crazy, I mean, if you've got like a magnolia on your hands and you add up how many days like yesterday before you get to $550, Virginia, it might eventually pay for itself.
Oh, we'll be there by Saturday.
Yeah.
I mean, at the rate that she's spending money,
Right.
it'll be $550 by Saturday.
So you drop $550, you get yourself the Rave Sports Turbo Shoot, and you're like, kids, this is all you get for the summertime. Stop your complaining, go out there and play.
If I truly bought this, how much would we really use it? Is it one and done? Is it one little goofy video that nobody
Somebody
watches?
gets on it, you break your arm, and then we pack it up for the season.
Even if we don't have the excitement of a broken arm, I think it just goes away.
If we bought this, I guarantee you my kids would use it.
Okay.
I guarantee you.
All
Virginia's
right.
encouraging it because this is a great play on her part. She says $550.
Well, I'll chip in.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Okay.
love what we're going with. Great topic, Kevin.
Okay. All right. There you go. Yeah. But it sounds absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's safe, but they say 6-year-olds can get on it.
It's definitely not safe.
It doesn't look like a 6-year-old
No.
thing, does it?
At the end of it, these kids are going to fly off.
That's what I thought.
And fly into structures, trees, gravel, whatever's at the end.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
that'd
gonna-
be so fun to watch.
It's going to be dangerous, especially when it's going to be dubbed the water slide mixer, if you know what I mean. An adult version.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love when you see drunk adults on kids' toys. It's and the weird injuries they get. I mean, adults' legs bend in weird ways when they break.
The older they get,
Oh
too.
my gosh, it's so horrifying looking.
You know what doesn't bend, though? The neck.
Yeah, you're right. I get it. Coming up here in a couple minutes, boy, you want to talk summer insanity. I don't know if you've checked out this show that they've got with Dusty the Wildman Crumb, but this guy is one of our python hunters that we got in the Everglades, and they've done a show on it on Discovery Channel. It was on last night. It's called Guardians of the Glades. This guy goes into the Everglades barefoot.
What?
Yes. He uses his feet to try to feel for snakes. Which
He feels the snake with his foot?
Yeah, and he lives in a tent. This guy honestly is unbelievable, and I love the fact they call him the Wild Man.
He is the wild man.
So if you've seen this show, you might want to stick around. We're going to hear what the Wild Man does. If you haven't, he's got an interesting story to tell next.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Well, they got this new show on Discovery Channel featuring this guy, Dusty the Wildman Crumb. It's called Guardians of the Glades. It airs originally Tuesday nights at 10, but you can obviously get everything on demand these days. But they found basically the craziest python hunter they could. Now, this guy kind of jumped to notoriety in 2016. He won the Python Challenge. He snagged 33 of that year's 66 snakes within 28 days.
Okay, so he's got the goods.
Oh, he's got the goods.
I mean, the guy knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he really, I mean, it's unreal. And, they got some of these people, I mean, they're insane because I think a lot of them go out in the middle of the night. Like, I guess that's the best time.
Of course it is. The scariest time.
Well, you know me, I am deathly afraid of snakes.
And the dark.
Yeah, in the dark. So I'm
the Everglades.
And being barefoot.
And
You have the
everything.
most tender, pristine,
I do.
pink hamster belly foot I've ever seen.
I go in to get a pedicure and they're like, we can't do anything for you. They're already immaculate. Just take your money and walk away.
Could you imagine Kevin barefoot at night in the Everglades?
No. I couldn't imagine Kevin barefoot out in his backyard.
Stepping on butter could wreck my feet. They're that tender and genteel. And so this guy's just stomping around the Everglades, middle of the night, finding these Burmese pythons that are out there. And there's an endless amount of them. So, I mean, the show could be like, okay, it's, Dusty the Wildman Crumb still hunting for snakes still in the Everglades, so it could wear out. But, I mean, there's an endless amount of snakes out there
And
now.
there is a problem here in South
big
Florida,
time.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, what exactly are they doing? What's the problem?
Well, they say they've already decimated more than 90% of certain mammal and bird species in part of the Everglades. A lot of the ecosystem is being ruined, and the animals you used to see out there are no longer there because the predators, the pythons and whatnot, are eating everything up. Anything from they're eating the deer, the key deer that are out there are gone, and even smaller animals are just, like I said, 90% on certain mammal and bird species are gone.
So what would happen if you didn't have somebody hunting that and you just let them take control? Would they wipe out everything and
Yes.
then all of a sudden it would just be pythons everywhere?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Wow.
It'd be like Python Park.
That, I mean, they'd come up north and they'd take over everything?
That's the problem, because when they're looking for food, and that's why if you talk to a deer hunter, they will argue and justify why they do what they do, and that is to maintain a manageable population, because there's only a certain amount of food, and when an animal goes past what the food stores are, then you run into problems, and the animals then start starving and other issues happen from that. So yeah, if they don't find the food in the Everglades, they're going to be like, Wellington?
Yeah. And they have great restaurants in Wellington.
We've eaten all those delicious key lime deer. Now we're coming for you, horse country.
Horses?
I mean, if you don't stop them, that's what's going to happen.
You're right.
Pretty much.
I bet you to a snake, he don't know the difference between a key lime deer and a horse.
Oh, he's had a key lime deer. He's never had a the Kevin Ralston. Imagine how delicious
I'd be
that
delicious.
tastes.
I would be so delicious. You're right. And with my soft feet, I can't run away.
He'd go down with such little fight, too. I mean, easy prey.
I curl up into a nice, handy little ball for them to devour.
Like a man nugget.
Yes. Yeah, Florida's got this Python bounty program now. It's this desperate attempt to try to regain control of the glades and protect the fragile and dwindling animal populations that they have there.
Good.
Well, I mean, 90% is massive.
Massive. Yeah, it really is. That's why we really need a show like this. So that's why we've got somebody like Dusty the Wildman Crumb. Wildman, how you doing?
I'm good. Woo, son. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. Hey, I got to get a couple things straight because you sound like you're earning the name. You're living in a tent in the Everglades. Do you have a lot of critters that get into your tent?
Well, sometimes the Panthers will come around and they'll growl at you at night, so you got to play the Iceman game, and it's a standoff to see how many more hours that crap's going to go on until the sun comes up.
Okay, what is
Wow.
okay? What's the
A standoff.
what is the Iceman game you play against the Florida Panthers?
Well, I just try to be still. I didn't have any weapons or anything with me in the tent, and the thing's walking around circling my tent growling at me, so just be as still as possible. And I kind of looked at my clock and saw it was like 3:30 a.m., and I'm like, okay, I got to deal with this for another hour and a half. And not a very inviting sound when they're out there growling around at you, but that's about it. You deal with the gators, poisonous snakes, stuff like that.
What is
It's
this?
part of the job.
I'm just kind of curious what the scariest moment is, because to me, the most horrifying place in all of South Florida is the Everglades. And I could not imagine, to me, that would be the scariest thing. If I ever got condemned, basically, it sounds to me like you're condemned to my worst nightmare. What is the scariest moment that you've gone through out there in the Everglades? Is it the Florida Panthers or something scarier?
Well, yeah, it's really a beautiful place. It's God's creation. It's a wonderful, beautiful place, but it's being invaded by the Burmese python. And you get in the water with one of those at night that's 16 foot plus, and it's a fight like you would never believe. So I'm in there. The snake slips away from me immediately. I dive down the bottom, scoop it off the bottom of the ground, and come back to the top of the water with it. It's steady pulling out of my hands again. And out of desperation, when you're getting your butt whooped in a fight, it sets in. I bite down on the tail as hard as I can, and with all my neck muscles and stuff, I can feel the snake start to stop. And I float in the water, wrap my legs around the snake in the leg lock, and I'm telling the camera guys and everybody, put the camera down. You got to get in there and help me get this monster out of the swamp.
Wow.
And that snake.
Let me get this straight. So,
83 eggs in it. And
so Wildman, you're the one biting the snakes in the Everglades. Their snakes are not biting you?
well, they do too. It's a back and forth game. You know what I mean? Sometimes they get me, sometimes I get them. So we play a little chess match. But it's important to get these big egg-laying females out of the swamp. We're stopping future generations of snakes. Before they get a chance to harm any of our native animals.
How many eggs you said she had on her?
83.
83.
83 eggs.
Could these snakes, how far north could they migrate? We're up here in Palm Beach County. How bad of a problem could it be for us?
They're coming. They're already in Palm Beach County.
Yeah.
They're not a huge population yet, but they're there, and they're breeding, they're expanding, they're moving in every direction, north, south, east, and west. We're just trying to contain them and put this fire out before it keeps spreading.
Okay, there you go. Dusty the Wildman Crum teaching you some valuable things about catching pythons in the Everglades, and also the Iceman tactic, which is a good way to fend off a Florida panther or a horny husband. Either way, you just lay there completely still and they won't even bother you. So people are texting in saying there's no way that Dusty the Wildman Crum is for real. It's a legit show. I mean, I think he's for real. I don't know if anybody's seen Guardians of the Glades on TV, but
I think it's a fact that they paid the guy because he caught 30 some odd pythons.
Yeah.
It's a real program in Florida where these lunatics are grabbing these snakes with their hands and then cashing them in for money.
Well, I think they're saying where he actually bites the snakes. Half the time the snakes bite him, the other half he bites them. I think people are like, that can't be real. I'm like, but honestly, to anybody who's saying that, like, you've never seen Redneck Crazy then.
Go watch the show before you say if it's real or not, too, because, I mean, you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
There is a thing called Redneck Crazy. You are right about that.
I grew up with rednecks, and Redneck Crazy, that's how they live. They always want to be, hey, hold my beer. I mean, that's where it comes from. It's legit.
Stupid to the point of fearless.
You don't know if it's bravery
stupid.
or ignorance.
It's a lot.
It's a weird mix, and you don't know what they're more of. It's typically ignorant.
You got to respect the skill set, too. I mean, he does bring skill set.
Yes, you're right. So I believe it's legit. It's on Discovery. You check it out. I mean, it's a reality show, so you get what you take on that. But yeah, he has been in the news before he even had the show.
Before the show,
right,
there was the program by the state
that
he was cashing in these snakes for cash, and that's how the show got wind of him.
That's how they discovered him,
He became famous before the show.
They probably said that's interesting. Who's the most interesting of the bunch? Here's a guy called the Wildman. Let's go check him out.
He lives in a tent, and he's barefoot.
Is he wild? Yes, he will bite back gators.
I believe it. Somebody said, did you say key lime deer? That sounds delicious. No wonder
Kevin said key deer, and I turned it into key lime deer.
I was over here. I don't know about deer. I'm over here. Oh, the key lime
No wonder
deer.
they're getting gobbled up. I mean, it's really kind of the deer's fault at that point.
I was wondering why Denny's is laughing at key lime deer during a commercial break.
It caught on. You just assumed it was normal.
I don't know about deer.
Key lime deer. It's got a little whipped cream on the ends.
Have you guys seen one of the latest things that's going on here on Facebook where you're seeing these dead celebrities who have been dead for a while popping up and people are sharing it like it's brand new? It's kind of been going around a little bit. I've seen a few that have popped up. Yeah, what I think is going on is there's a bunch of these Facebook pages that they do these daily almanac posts, and they're looking for anything that'll get traction. And they're getting people who don't really, they're realizing a lot of people don't fully understand who's alive and who's dead when it comes to celebrities. And so the typical post will have a headline like, on this date in whatever year, this celebrity passed away. And then they post the story from that date. It's just reposting something that's been around. It's like, why they post this? There's no reason. I guess it's just this day in history. Well, people see it, they go, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. They're dead. And so they share it, because we always want to be the first person to let others know of bad news, right? I don't know. It's a weird thing we've got. We're wired to do. Horrible news. I got to tell everybody. Well, when it gets shared, the status update doesn't show up. It's just the headline announcing the death. People see it, they get shocked, and they want to be the first to share the terrible news to things that actually happened years ago. So that's, I think, what's going on. So if you're one of the people like me who've noticed that there are a lot of wait, why are we sharing this? I think that's what's going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all people do on the internet is mess with people. That's it.
Yeah, and I think it's more like not necessarily they want to mess with people. They're just trying to get shares, likes, whatever.
See if it can catch on.
And they're realizing that people are getting caught off guard, and they're like going, oh my gosh, I had no idea. Let me give you 4 names. Tell me if you think dead or alive. Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks is alive.
Okay, Mel Brooks is alive. Carol Burnett.
Carol Burnett's alive.
Dead.
She's alive.
Sorry, Carol.
Carl Reiner. He was in Ocean's 11. He was the old guy in that.
He is dead.
He is alive.
Oh, we're doing great.
Betty White.
Alive.
Betty White's alive.
Betty White is alive. And actually, all 4 of these people were just signed to Toy Story 4. They're going to be in the movie coming out June 21st.
Ah, look at you.
But they're 92, 86, 97, and 97, respectfully.
I love
They
it.
better shoot quick.
Yeah. Well,
I mean-
luckily the movie's coming out in 2 weeks, so I assume the parts are already recorded.
But
good.
that probably
Yes.
is a legit concern for people who have money invested in that movie.
Yeah.
But any of those names, you could totally put up a post today, and people are going, oh, wait, Carl Reiner's alive?
I thought Carol Burnett died.
No. You're thinking of her friend. Didn't Harvey Korman die?
No,
I'm
it
not
was
getting
Dorf
Carol
on
Burnett.
Golf.
Dorf died.
I'm
Yeah,
not getting
Tim Conway.
I'm not getting Carol
Tim
Burnett.
Conway.
I'm not getting her confused with Tim Conway.
I don't know. I don't think she's dead. I don't know.
She's not dead.
Okay, you know what? I think we need to do a dead celebrity game quiz coming up here in just a second.
Okay.
So,
We're
yeah.
going to do great.
Yeah.
I just got 3 wrong.
Okay. I've got 10 for you. I need you to write down. You got piece of paper. If anybody wants to play along, you can as well. See how many you get. There's going to be 10 total, so you can get a percentage score here.
Okay.
Just write down yes or no. Okay. This is all you need. Yes or no. Are these celebrities alive or not? Okay, here you go. Celebrity number 1, Jerry Stiller. Might remember him from Seinfeld. He was George Costanza's dad.
Serenity now.
Yes. Is he alive? Yes or no? Donna Summer. Dead or alive? Gary Coleman.
Oh. Oof.
Number 3. Number 4 is Michael Caine. Michael Caine.
Is he dead?
Is he dead or is he alive? James Gandolfini. Number 5. Dead or alive?
Is that the guy from
Sopranos.
Oh.
Priscilla Presley. Dead or alive? What do you think on her? That's Elvis's ex. Mel Brooks. Dead or alive? Dr. Ruth is number 8. Number 9, Frankie Muniz. And number 10, Mickey Rooney. All right, that is the quiz. I will grade and check your scores coming up next. Toy Story 4 going to be coming out the weekend of June 21st, just a couple of weeks away. And they've got 4 legendary old school comedians that are going to be doing voice work on it. They're going to be playing the voices of abandoned toys. Some of them have a name that plays off of their own. Like Betty White, I think, is Bitey White. So that is going to be the name of her toy in Toy Story 4.
Okay.
Virginia? Not
Bitey
feeling.
White?
Bitey White, yep. That's going to
Okay.
be her name. Carl Reiner, who's 97, is a part of it. Carol Burnett and Mel Brooks all done voice work on that. But you guys killed off half of them. Thought they were dead. And that's just it. It goes to show you just really don't remember. And on Facebook, I keep seeing a lot of these posts of these celebrities that pop up. So like going, oh, did you know that they're dead? I'm like, well, yeah, they died like 9 years ago. But people have no idea. So I want to see how you did on the dead celebrity quiz. Jerry Stiller. Jerry Stiller from Seinfeld. Dead or alive, Virginia? What did you put?
Dead.
You put dead. What do you got, JBird?
Alive.
You got alive. JBird is correct.
In your face. I thought you did the dirt.
He's 91.
Damn it.
He is still alive. Okay, what about Donna Summer? Dead or alive?
Alive.
Okay, what do you got, Virginia?
I put dead.
She's dead. Yeah. She died in 2012.
What?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
I know. All of these, it's like,
Gary Coleman.
Oh,
What you got?
he passed away. Rest in peace.
so dead.
Yes, he is. He died in 2010. But he's one of those ones that keeps getting passed around.
By the way, some people think he might have been murdered.
Really?
Yeah, there are some people who think his wife at the time pushed him down the stairs.
What you talking about, Willis?
Look into that.
Really?
Look into that story.
He did have drama in his love life, and it was kind of a tumultuous, like
That's right. He had that
crazy,
crazy chick, right?
Yeah, and there was lots of domestic accusations.
Look up the details of that case.
Wow.
Okay. Michael Caine, what do you got? Dead or alive?
Dead.
Dead. Virginia?
I'd have dead as well.
He was the guy who was in the Batman movies, and he is very much alive at 86 years old.
Well, he's still doing it.
Yeah. Okay, you both have gotten 2 out of 4 so far. James Gandolfini from The Sopranos. Dead or
Easy.
alive?
That one's dead. Yeah,
That
we
one
know
is
that
dead,
one.
You
yeah.
threw us a couple of easy ones.
Yeah.
Priscilla Presley, Elvis's ex. Dead or alive?
I put dead.
I put dead as well.
Okay, you are both wrong. She's alive in 74.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't ever see her.
That doesn't mean she's dead. I don't ever see my Uncle Eddie, but he's still kicking.
You have an Uncle Eddie?
I do.
Mel Brooks, dead or alive?
He just died.
He just died.
I think I remember Virginia saying that in the dirt.
Okay. What do you got, Virginia?
You just told us Mel Brooks, and I
Wait.
forgot.
I did. You're right.
You literally
wait.
just told us.
Yep.
Was I thinking-
He's alive.
He is alive, yes.
Okay.
Was I thinking
92.
was I thinking of Mel Tillis?
Who?
You don't know Mel Tillis?
Country star?
Yeah, I know. Only you guys probably know.
Dr. Ruth. Dead or
Alive.
No, she's dead. I think you talked about this.
No, she's alive.
Yeah, I talked about her birthday yesterday at 91.
Oh my! Wait, what did I put?
You just said dead. I don't know what you put.
She's alive, baby.
What
Yeah.
number was that?
That was number 8. Frankie.
Okay, I put alive on that. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's always the 50-50 games, Virginia. Frankie Muniz, dead or alive?
Alive.
Yeah, he's 33. And Mickey Rooney, dead or alive? He was in the
Alive.
original Pete's Dragon.
He is passed on, my friends.
Yeah, he died in 2014. Virginia got 4 out of 10. JBird, I think you got 3.
Okay, I
We
batted.
did not do well.
In baseball, we did really good.
Yes, you're right. In baseball, you both did amazing. Well, we got a few celebrity birthdays today. Happy birthday goes out to Marky Mark Wahlberg, turning 48 years old today. He's like one of the highest paid actors in all of Hollywood now, for being a former rapper. Kenny G is turning 63 today. Happy birthday to them. Also, happy Dirty 30 to Katie Lee. Love Mom, Dad, Courtney, Nathan, Riley, Nick, Afton, Scott, and baby Kennedy Grace. And a happy 4th birthday to Grayson from Mommy, Daddy, and Landon. Yeah. All right. Well, anybody wanting to go to Cuba, too late. Ain't going to happen. I just saw this today, and it seems kind of sudden. I didn't know that this was coming, but the Trump administration has just shut down travel to Cuba. I've been talking to my wife. I'm going, yeah, it'd be great. We need to go to Cuba. We need to go check it out.
Too late.
Yeah, too late. I didn't do it quick enough. Yeah, cruise ships as well as recreational and pleasure vessels are prohibited from departing the U.S. on temporary sojourn to Cuba, effective today. So it's all kind of begun. Now, I guess if you've already purchased a ticket over there, you don't have to freak out. You'll be like, you got a cruise going there. Apparently what is going on is if you've already paid for something, they will still, honor that.
It. Okay.
Yes, but I think a lot of the cruise ship companies are now saying, okay, well, we had a cruise that was going to be stopping off of Cuba, so now they're trying to redirect and figure out, where they're going to go instead. So they are shutting down again travel to Cuba that opened up when Obama was in office. Try to get a little bit more travel and commerce going on between the two. And they say the new restrictions taking effect today will allow anyone who has already paid for the trip to go ahead and do it. But that is going to be it. I wonder if they will allow anybody who's going there for like a mission trip or anything like that, because I know a lot of people will do that. They're going to try to help the island.
I don't know.
Kind of like a Jerusalem trip, but over there.
Yeah, except it wouldn't be
to help.
Yeah, to help. Yeah, it wouldn't be a sightseeing kind of thing. So I think that's what they're trying to do, is to keep tourists from going over there and dropping some money and helping out the. I mean, because you can imagine. I mean, just like us, our number one industry in South Florida is travel and tourism. And Cuba, I mean, they would greatly benefit from big old. Boy, that's something, man. If you've ever been on a cruise, I was just one on February. It's amazing, man. When you pop off into these like destinations, I was over in the Bahamas, Paradise Island, and it was amazing. They have that Senor Frogs, I think is the place that's there. It was like 9 in the morning. We came, we docked. By 10, they've got their like party crew. You would have thought it was Saturday night at midnight.
So kind of like our morning show.
I mean, it was like, woo, the sirens are going off. The shot guy's on the stage, has the mic on. I'm like, what time is it? It's like 10:30 a.m.
They know what to do.
That's like that one place, I think off Atlantic Avenue. It was about 12:30 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon, and they opened the door, and everyone's dancing and clubbing around, and they're spinning all these.
Welcome to brunch.
Yes, it was like this party brunch.
Yeah, that's what they do. But that's any city that you pretty much roll up into in a cruise ship. That's what they do. They're like sitting there going, here comes the sheep. And then boom, out they come, and they're just out there just making all kinds of mad cash. So it's going to be a valuable thing, but that is being shut down. So if you've been wanting to go, ain't going to happen. All right, you guys ready? We've been trolling through all the comments that have happened. Seems like every day we get more and more for the KVJ hate song. Yesterday got its own list of comments. People very upset. One side or the other. People are either very pro-Virginia doing a good job looking at windshield, or they're very anti-Virginia doing a job. But I mean, people just, no matter who you talk to, everybody's got a strong opinion on that.
Kev, the witch.
I don't feel like it's over.
She keeps the people talking.
Yeah, I don't feel like that whole saga is over that happened yesterday. If you missed it, just jump onto the KVJ Show Facebook page and you can see the video and get all the chaos.
Oh, she is dressed like a straight-up witch today. Look at her outfit. She got a witch outfit on. Look at this thing. More witchy than normal. She got the green sleeves with the black dress.
It is a witchy green.
A witchy green. Okay. Well, it all works out. So, yes, we got a lot of choice comments about all of us yesterday, and thus we have the KVJ hate song.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
That sucks. That sucks. That stinks.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
The only thing more boring than listening to Kevin on the air is actually meeting him in person. Wow, what a lame personality. And he looks really, really weird up close in person.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
Virginia is terrible. I didn't even know she was a female until I saw her picture. Definitely not hot. She's gross, unfunny, and annoying, yet somehow doesn't suck as much as Jason.
So I get it twice?
Yeah, you do.
Jason looks like a bloated Forrest Gump. Too bad he's not as smart or as articulate as him. My favorite part of the KVJ show is when that moron is not there. Seriously, Kevin, hire someone funny.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
Producer Denny sucks and is bringing your show way downhill. You guys used to be funny, but now y'all talk about dumbass things about drugs. I always hate when Denny's is ruining the show.
You hate us, you hate us, you hate us, you hate the KVJ show.
Denny's has to run in here while he's trying to work to read insults about himself and then run back out.
Welcome to the show. Yeah.
Well, you guys were talking cruises. I was like, I can run to the bathroom real quick. I'm peeing and Suits texts me. So I'm trying to pull up prep as I'm running through the hallway.
You're running.
That's why I'm out of breath.
Mm-hmm. I gotta tell you, people are either gonna have to make the hateful and hurtful comments shorter, or we're gonna have to make the song longer. So
We can make it longer.
we might have to. Well, this is some exciting stuff. It's National Cheese Week. I thought yesterday was just like National Cheese Day, but apparently it's like National Cheese Week.
The whole week.
That's a big week, Kev.
It is, yeah.
Okay.
A lot of good stuff that is going to be going on here.
I'm celebrating it big time Friday night after my Naked Mile. Oh, it's going to be a cheese party.
I love it.
You love cheese, don't you?
Oh, I love it.
Melted cheese. Nothing's better, Kevin.
Are we going to go eat something to eat after the Naked Mile?
Yeah.
Let's get real nasty, real fat and sassy.
Where you want to go?
Anywhere.
Yeah, you're going to be running a mile. I mean, you kind of deserve it, right?
Well, I've been so strict with my diet the last 8 or 9 days. I haven't had a carb. I feel like I want to punch myself.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. Go run your Naked Mile Friday at Swampgrass Willie's at 8 o'clock in Palm Beach Gardens, and then go pig out, my man.
Is the Kevin Ralston going to be in attendance?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's
I think
becoming
I'm
a
gonna be there.
party.
Yeah.
And yesterday I signed a bouncer for you, a legit bodyguard. So there will be someone on the stage just making sure nobody messes with the bird while you're on the treadmill.
Honestly, I think the person who's going to mess with is you, Virginia.
No, I don't want him to fall. That's the one thing I do not want.
Oddly enough,
I do not want him to fall, because if he falls, then everybody's going to see his dong, and that is just not good for
Okay,
any.
all right.
I don't want that for anybody.
surprisingly so, and I know people are going to say it's a trap. The witch is very concerned about the Naked Mile, and she's kind of being nurturing about everything.
All right, okay.
Yeah, I know.
I figured she'd be the one that have a couple cocktails and fire that thing up. You can't control it. You're running like crazy.
But
and
if you assign a bouncer, you know my history with bouncers, and this guy blows it,
This bouncer's a fan.
okay.
This bouncer loves you. You've actually met him. Him and his wife came out to a cocktails and karaoke.
Nice.
He was over in Iraq for a few years, and now
love
he's
it.
here back in the States, and he wants to stand guard at your treadmill.
wow, okay. How about that?
I wouldn't mess with him.
I mean, hopefully you guys will be on the stage with your sweet voices, hyping up the crowd.
I'll be a little drunk, so yeah, I'll be up there.
I don't think I should drink, man. I've been practicing the Naked
Yeah.
Mile, and it is tough.
Tough,
You have to concentrate.
I think you're going the right route. I think you do it sober. I think you do it with one hand, and I think you focus all your energy on not falling.
Yeah, and then when you get off, you chug a bottle of vodka.
Whiskey.
Oh, okay, whiskey. All right, sorry about that. Well, with it being a National Cheese Week and JBird's love for cheese, and a combination of that, too, he's got the best sniffer. Honestly, he's part bloodhound. He can smell everything. It's unbelievable. So we're going to play a fun game dedicated to National Cheese Week coming up here in a minute. It's called Cheese or Shoes.
Ugh.
Okay.
Feel free to lick if you need to.
Yes.
No more licking on this show.
Oh, you can lick.
I'll tell you how we'll play next. It smells terrible in here. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Is that cheese or shoes? Or is it
Both.
just... Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, well, it's National Cheese Week. Oh, I know. The studio's just terrible. Oh, it smells awful. JBird is going to put his sniffer to the test. Now, he loves cheese, and he has the best nose on the show. He can sniff anything. And so we're going to see if he can tell the difference when we blindfold him and stick either cheese or shoes under his nose. Get out. You got to get out.
Oh,
Yeah.
Denny's told me to come in.
No, don't listen to Denny's. Ever. Okay, now Virginia's going to tell the audience here real quick what we've got. What is the order of what we're going to be putting?
So you tell me. I've got 3 different cheeses, and I've got 2 stinky shoes.
Okay.
So you tell me how you want them, and I'll put them.
Let's go shoe,
Okay.
cheese, shoe. Okay. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's what you're going to be getting.
So 2 shoes and 2 cheeses.
Yeah, shoe, cheese, shoe, cheese. That's going to be the 5
right.
that he's going to get. So, you know, the first one when he comes in here is going to be a shoe.
So we end with cheese.
Yes. Shoe, cheese, shoe, cheese.
Got it.
Okay. All right, here we go. All right, now we can bring JBird in here. We got that settled.
Does he have the blindfold on?
We're going to throw it on him right away as soon as he walks in here.
Put the blindfold
the
on
bird.
him. Jeez, Denny's, come on.
Your boy Denny's really blowing.
Just dropping
No,
balls.
not today, huh?
Oh, yeah, you got your laptop. I don't know what you're doing.
Work?
Okay. All right, here we go. JBird, let's see how you pass the test here. Virginia is going to go on ahead. I see you. He's out there searching for his microphone.
Where is it?
Yeah.
Here it is.
There's your
Thank you.
microphone. Okay. We're going to have 5 items in this test. It's going to be obviously either cheese or a stinky shoe.
I mean, whoever's foot smells like that, we got to get to a foot doctor soon.
I guess am I hoping it's cheese or am I hoping it's a shoe? I don't know, but it is
awful.
Terrible.
It smells
My
terrible
gosh.
in here.
Yeah, I really can't wait to get this over with. This is awful.
By the way, it smells terrible in the hallway too, so the AM station's going to hate us again this week.
Is it wafting out there
Yes, big time.
already?
It's honestly,
It is.
I can't believe how stinky it is. It's
There's
terrible.
3 people have walked by and said, "What the hell smells so bad?"
I went to Whole Foods and I talked to the cheesemonger there.
Yeah.
And I got the stinkiest cheese they had.
Well, okay.
Nailed
he
it.
sold you the right stuff. All right, here we go. It is item number 1. Virginia's going to take it and is going to hold it underneath JBird's nose. If you're watching KVJ TV, you can see exactly what is going on. Okay, what do you think we have here? Is that
Oh yeah,
a cheese or is that a shoe? What do you think, JBird?
That has got a very distinct popcorn smell. That has to be a shoe. It smells like the old movie theater back in Lake Park.
Oh, it does. Okay.
You want one more?
Give it to me again. That's a shoe.
Yeah, that is a shoe.
Yay!
Very nice.
Whose shoe is that? That's terrible.
That's mine.
Oh my God. That is so gross.
Virginia can kick some funk.
These are so old, so funky.
I swear to you, that smells just like the old Lake Park movie theater.
Okay, JBird is 1 for 1. It's cheese or shoe here. Item number 2. Go on ahead. What is he smelling?
Oh, please don't be a foot.
Okay, what do you think? Is that cheese or shoe? Cheese or shoe?
Did she keep moving it?
She just put it under your nose quickly there.
Yeah, why
Take
you
another whiff. What do you think?
Oh, gosh. Whew, that smells like Grandpa's farts. That is cheese.
That is cheese. That is cheese.
Yes!
What kind of cheese is that, Virginia?
It's Camembert.
Okay.
Or Grandpa
Camembert.
farts.
Gosh, wow. What is that going to do to your breath and worse?
I don't know. I've never had it. I'm afraid to taste it.
Yeah. Okay.
I can tell you what it's going to do to your butt.
Okay, JBird is 2 for 2 here. He's ace in the game, cheese or shoe. Item number 3. Is this cheese or is it a shoe that you're smelling under your schnoz right now, JBird?
That's definitely cheese with conviction.
Okay, Virginia?
That is cheese.
That is cheese.
It's
I was gonna say
Munster.
it's Munster, isn't it?
It's Munster.
Wow.
This guy's good. He's unstoppable.
Did that smell worse than the last cheese or does it smell better?
That one smelled better.
Okay.
That first cheese was horrific.
Okay. All right, item number 4. He's got the first 3 correct. 2 left here to ace, cheese or shoe. Okay, cheese or shoe. All right, Virginia's about ready to hold it underneath your nose. Here you go, start sniffing. What do you think that is?
Good Lord.
What are you smelling there?
My gosh.
Is that cheese or a shoe?
I mean, it smells just like salt and vinegar chips. So it's clearly a shoe, a foot.
A foot? Virginia?
That is a foot.
That's
It's
a
shoe.
JBird is 4 for 4 in cheese or shoe.
Is it terrible that I'm kind of hungry now?
You're good. You got a great sniffer.
He's got an amazing sniffer. He really does.
It's amazing how similar they are, though.
Cheese and shoes?
Yes.
Okay. 5th and final item. You get a perfect score if you get this one right here, JBird, in cheese or shoe.
Come on, Bird. Push it.
Yeah, we're all pulling for you here. This would be what a triumphant moment this would be.
Well, chasing greatness, brother.
I know, I get it. That's what we do here. All right.
Ooh.
Cheese.
I mean, that is horrific.
Horrific. Oh, what does that smell like?
It smells like my old dentist's breath. He used to have really terrible breath.
There's nothing worse.
I know.
If your dentist's
It's very
breath
perplexing.
is kicking.
Yes.
My dentist had like anesthesia breath. It was terrible. I'm going to go with, give it to me one more time, Mama.
Okay.
Okay, cheese or shoe? What are you smelling here? Cheese or shoe for a perfect score. Item number 5.
This is a tough one.
Come on, Bird. Come on.
It's got a deeper smell. It's thicker. I'm going to go cheese. Final answer.
It is cheese.
All right, JBird.
Roquefort cheese.
Yeah,
sure
I'm
it's
not-
not roque fart?
I'm down with cheese. I love it. It's one of my favorite things in the world, but I don't know about that stinky stuff.
Yeah.
What do you do? Is that fancy people cheese?
This is fancy. Just these 3 cheeses was $22.
Fancy people are so dumb. Can I get an amen on that?
I'm gonna try these cheeses later.
Yeah, do they taste good?
I'm gonna put them like on different stuff, like fruits and maybe bread, and see what's going on there.
It's terrible.
Since I spent all this money, you bet your ass I'm eating this cheese.
I wonder what a grilled cheese would taste like. If you do that presidential butter.
I could do the president butter and then mix this cheese with American cheese. You might like it.
Okay. Probably better than smelling it. JBird 545.
Feels good to win. Yeah, get that out of here.
I put my insole that we use.
That thing, by the way, is very gamey looking. You look at that, and there's no way that could smell good.
Talk about a sudden death punishment. Lick that thing for 2 minutes.
Next week, baby. Would you rather live on the beach or in a cabin in the woods? What's the better option? Got either for you right now. Now, when they say live on the beach, I mean, are you just sleeping on the sand and you got no shelter?
That's a great question.
Right. So to me, I think it's like, no, you got a place to, like, you have to have shelter. I mean, that's actually considered to be one of the basic human needs is shelter. So yeah, if you have a shelter one place, you got to have shelter both.
You got to have 4 walls and a roof.
Yeah.
If you don't, then
Right.
I pick cabin in the woods. Even
Right.
though I'm not a woman of the woods,
Yeah.
I'd much rather have a cabin on the beach.
Okay. So you're going to go with the beach. JBird, do you go with the beach or the woods?
I love both of them. To live, I think I'm going to be a man of the woods. I love the woods.
Okay.
I feel so safe there until nighttime. Then again, my theory, murderers live in the woods.
Yeah.
You have night terrors. Don't forget.
Yeah, I hear you.
I think I'm going to go for the beach as well. When you're talking about the view, I just would much rather be looking out at the ocean than
Property
trees.
value. I mean, everything.
Yeah, true. Yeah, true. But Virginia rising seas, you have to keep running backwards. I used to live there. Now I live here.
You're right. You can't live there for long.
Yeah. Somebody said, well, you got to think about fresh water versus salt water. Are you going to be close to a fresh water supply? What are you going to eat if you're in the woods? Maybe you have berries. You have some of the animals that live there that you could eat. All you're going to have is seafood if you live on the beach. Which
I'm fine with that.
I agree.
In my scenario, there's a pizza place like 10 miles out from the woods that you can drive to if need be.
I don't know about that.
No
You
stipulation.
don't get a car.
Yeah. No.
I can walk.
Oh, yeah.
For pizza, I would walk. 10 miles is nothing.
Oh, I gotta introduce you to the real country, man. I don't think you know real country.
You're right, I do not. But I do
Yes.
know real pizza, and I know what
Okay.
I'm capable of doing
I'll tell
for
you,
it.
the real country, you don't get real pizza. That just does not happen. Okay, would you rather be reincarnated as a fly or just cease to exist after you die? What's a better option? You're still alive, but you're a fly, buzzing around, whatever, just checking things out, having to land,
On ribs, you can land on ribs. Ribs are cool.
but you can't stop landing on turds. You love landing on turds. And you don't want to, but you're just biologically compelled. No, please, not again. Ah.
With every rib, there's 3 turds you
Yeah,
gotta land on.
that's about what the fly ratio is. Yeah. And you can't help yourself.
Oh, we're all
Not
set.
again.
You love it.
You go back. What has happened to me?
I think I'd rather cease to exist than to be a fly. I don't think I want to be a fly.
I think I want to be a fly.
Do you?
I want to see what JBird's up to.
I won't be a fly so I can annoy Virginia. And we can have a rib/poop party.
Okay. All right. Would you rather be an amazing virtuoso at any instrument, but you can only be this virtuoso if you play naked? Or would you rather be able to speak any language, but only if you close your eyes and dance while you're doing it? Playing any instrument, but naked, speak any language, but closing your eyes and dancing.
Question on the naked thing. Are you able to cover up your private parts strategically with your legs or your hands?
Let's say
Or
you
a
play the
cello.
cello. Yeah, the guitar, yeah.
Okay, or to get that power, you actually have to let it all hang out while you're playing the cello. That crotch is very visible.
No, you just be
Okay.
naked. You could be behind whatever instrument be, and that might affect what you play. So maybe playing the triangle wouldn't be the best move.
Or the tambourine.
No,
All right.
tambourine could work.
I'm going with the nakedness.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, to play the musical instrument?
Yeah, I'll make it work.
You're struggling with the Naked Mile on Friday. Are you sure?
Yeah, no.
No, yeah, no. But I mean,
You're in it, baby.
You could be in a rock band. I mean, I've seen the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and they played naked. I saw Green Day, and they played naked.
But then that's your whole thing, though. They did it for a moment. Every gig you play, gotta get my
naked again.
Gotta trim my nards.
Just call your band Naked, and you're good. People are going, it's great. And if you play guitar, you'd be fine. And most of the front people play guitar.
I just think about how you could practically apply this to life and a career and making it happen. And I think the naked instrument guy could make it happen more than dancing
It'd be
language
more lucrative.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, you could,
go viral.
Depending.
Yeah.
Well, you go viral. You could probably play in an orchestra. They'd have to put you in the back in the dark. But, there's a lot of things that you could do.
You could do a one-man show in Vegas and probably do pretty well.
Yeah, I think so, too.
Yeah.
I think you make a lot more money doing that.
And think about it like this. I mean, this is your gig, so you can be in the gym, like, getting that thing tight. You're not going in there now like pudding.
When you
Yeah.
say thing, you're just talking about that thing, that body,
body.
the whole
Yeah.
package, baby.
Yeah.
The essence that is now Jell-O, you could turn it rock hard.
Yeah, and on the flip side, if you want to be like a translator, but you could only speak the language while you close your eyes and dance, people are going to be like, I'm weirded out by this dude. Like, no.
And you can't take him seriously.
Yeah.
You can't do a Vegas show. You can't make money with that
Right.
on a large scale.
Okay, that one's easy, I think.
That one's
Yeah.
very easy.
You're going to have to get past your fear of being naked and really work on your body, but I think you're naked.
Or just have a dad bod or a mom bod and just rock that thing. Rock the fupa. That first album, Rock the Fupa.
Rockin' the fupa, rockin' the fupa.
Okay, you got to do one or the other. Would you rather have sex in a crowded store or pleasure yourself on a bus?
Obviously, both are packed.
Obviously,
clearly, yeah.
we want to do both.
Yeah. Okay, which one do you want to do more then?
In the store. I mean, at least you
Sex
got
in a crowded store?
you got a partner. Now you're just the weird guy in the bus going to town on yourself.
You're right. You're not as weird if you're having sex in the store. Some reason that plays better.
It does, yeah.
You're right. Okay.
But as a girl, I don't know.
You're right. It's a little different.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
different.
yeah. Do you change, Virginia?
I don't know.
But do you really want to be on a Greyhound bus doing that to yourself with all these people?
That's true. The other side is, you're not going to be the weird person, but the weird person is going to be looking at you doing that.
Trust me, I've been on many a buses. There's a lot of weird people.
In my dream, it's a palm tran.
No.
Why is it going to be a Greyhound?
It's a Greyhound. It's overcrowded and everyone's drunk and angry.
And angry, huh?
Just trying to.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
It's a personality trait that apparently is costing a lot of people a relationship, according to Match.com. 37% of women said they've broken up with their last boyfriend because he was this. Now, maybe in other generations, get a guy, settle down, that's just life. But today, people want to travel. They want to have fun. They want to live that exciting life. They want to put off marriage. They want to put off kids. They want to live a little bit. So what do you think is this personality trait that is getting a lot of dudes dumped, Virginia? What is it that they're doing?
Maybe he is too, old and traditional in his ways of thinking. Like a lot of men, I got to be the breadwinner.
Okay.
Oh, I got to be the head of the household, and my woman's going to stay home.
I got you. It's something that could kind of work into that, but it all boils down to one word they said: boring.
Damn, you want a little excitement in that life.
37% of women said their last relationship ended because he was boring.
Wow.
Not exciting.
Not dancing in the rain naked, doing fun stuff like that. Just kind of carpe diem is what it sounds like they're looking for.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, in fact, you can even take this. This was an unrelated article that I saw that actually might apply. 4 things that can make you seem boring. So if you're like going, oh, okay, I don't want to get dumped, am I falling under the characteristics of quote unquote boring?
What are they?
Is one of those things boring sex, kind of not really
Being too predictable.
Yeah, boring
So,
sex.
If you want to call it that, that's one of the 4 traits they say. If you're a predictable person.
All right. Now I'm going to round second base, and after that, I'm going to touch you there. I mean, you know everything. You're not excited.
Well, I think a lot of people do find that they get that way in their sex. It becomes a routine. They know.
Nobody wants to hear what you're going to do to Denny's on Friday.
Oh, Denny's couldn't handle the bird.
They say some of the other signs that can make you seem boring. One, not having an opinion or never taking a stance on things.
Agreed on that. Let's get some passion around here.
Yeah. Have an opinion. Be something, even if it's something where they don't necessarily agree, at least they're going, okay.
I know, but don't have too many opinions that contradict my opinions, because then we're fighting. That doesn't sound fun.
Now, I think Kevin's saying not when it comes to things of matter of the heart all the time, but if you hate something, if you hate the Kardashians, damn it, say I don't like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
They turn me off.
Well, and that's the other thing too that I think we need to look at in our society. You should be able to have an opinion without fighting.
Agreed.
You should be able to say, I completely disagree with you, but that's okay. I have a strong opinion about this or that, but we're just going to disagree.
Kevin, I have a strong opinion that we should not do the dirt of the day so much. Look, I still love Virginia.
Yeah.
I still love you, even though you're the boss. You're making it happen.
Yeah, you're
He's
right.
not going to listen to you, just like with all your dumb ideas.
See, she gets so hurtful.
Another thing that can make you seem boring, not having a sense of humor.
Yeah, that's true.
You gotta be able to laugh at yourself and laugh at life.
You got to laugh at life because it's a crazy ride, baby.
It is.
And if you can't laugh at the things that are just insane or pain or whatever, like you're going to have a rough go.
It's a crazy ride, and I don't think anyone knows what the hell's going on anyway.
You're right.
Yeah, so you got to learn to laugh at some things. If you take everything too seriously, you're going to come off as boring, and you're going to wind up dumped. And they say also, too, having unbalanced conversations where either you talk too much or too little. You know, you often hear that where it's like, well, you know, ask other people about themselves. People like talking about themselves. But there is a limit to that as well, where if you never talk about yourself, then you're like, okay, they're closed off or they don't have anything going on. So it is a balance, because I know they've been promoting a lot of like, well, ask the other person questions. Don't hog the conversation, but at the same time, don't just say nothing. So watch out, because you'll come across as boring if you've got nothing at all to say. So they say those are 4 signs that will make you come across as boring.
But you're right, though. You don't want to go on the other side, too, to where all you're doing is talking about yourself the entire time. The other person's trying to get a word
Balance,
in.
baby, yeah. Well, this is balance.
I work with a guy like that.
I know, Kevin. I know he is the worst. Oh, sorry.
So what made your last partner so boring? You ever been with somebody that you would characterize as boring, and what made them that way? Now, I can tell you, for me, you know, sometimes I've been with people like, I love going out. I love being social. I'm not a big homebody. And I think that's one reason why, you know, the Queen and I get along, because she's the same way. We don't necessarily like staying home. That's just a place we drop off things and we sleep at night, and then, you know, we go out, we see the world, you know. So I would not want to be one of those people. It's like we go in Friday night, we shut the door, and we don't leave till we leave for work on Monday. It's not my style.
I like balance. Sometimes I love to go out and rage, but sometimes I love to stay home and stay in bed.
This is all balanced.
Uber Eats.
But I've been in relationships where the person never wanted to go out,
That's
never
not
wanted to do
gonna
anything.
work, yeah.
And it didn't work, because I was just like, after a while, I'm like going, so you just want to, no, let's just stay home, watch it. I'm like, we always stay home and watch a movie and cook dinner. And I've been like, after a while, I'm like, I'm bored.
Well, that person knew that was the only time they had your full attention. Because they knew if they went out in the world, they were going to have to share Kevin.
Well, Kevin Ralston? Come
You're
on.
that delicious. They wanted to
That's-
just soak you up and not share you.
Virginia, you can't bottle this up. Keep me from the world.
And that was KBH, Kevin Before Hair.
Yeah.
Freebird Kev.
Yeah.
You can't bottle this.
You're right.
He's
yeah.
as free as a bird now.
So what is it that made your last partner so boring? You can let us know, 877-979-WRMF. It's just an error that some people have, that they're boring. According to Match.com, 37% of women say they've broken up with their last boyfriend because he was boring. It's not what ladies want. They want somebody who's going to, you know, surprise me, do different things, be a conversationalist. They're not going to hog the conversation, but they'll talk to me as well. They're going to change. They're going to mix things up. They're going to keep me surprised, and they're not going to take themselves too seriously. Those are some things to say, okay, well, am I boring or not? Well, are you doing those things? Yes or no? If you're not, then you're probably boring. Britt Ann texted me, and she said, yeah, my ex-boyfriend was always on his phone, on Reddit. But when we would go out to dinner, then he would half-ass our conversation. So you can come across as boring. And I think that smartphones, you may think it's making you interesting because you're finding out about the world. But if you're fully consumed with it and that's all you're doing is just sitting there staring at it, then yeah, you're going to come off as boring. You're sitting there staring at a phone all day long. What's exciting about that?
Nothing.
Britt Ann's text actually was, my ex always wanted to hang with his old boring parents. Can you imagine that?
Ugh.
That's rough. If he wants to always hang with his parents and you are just thinking the parents are lovely but a snooze fest, that's going to be hard, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's not going to work out. It's going to be terrible. Somebody said my last partner was boring because she liked and looked forward to the dirt of the day.
Oh, great comment.
Yeah. So.
This dirt is spicy. Y'all hating?
I don't know, man. It ain't like it was back in 2008, is all I'm saying.
Yeah, because in 2008, I think it was like 20 minutes long.
Oh, it was so long.
Oh, my
our
goodness.
dirt of the day.
You should be happy it's evolved.
We've done a favor, yes. We've cut it way back.
It was,
Cut it down.
I used to have to edit that thing. 17 minutes one went long.
I know.
Yes.
Quit your bitching. I'll bring it back.
You're right. Things are getting better, people.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth.
Oh, yeah. Well, they play a different kind of drinking game in Fort Pierce. One I'm not sure I want to be a part of. There's a guy, he did what he's supposed to do. He actually followed the rules of the drinking game, but that meant he wound up having a screwdriver lodged in his shoulder.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, the rules of the game stipulate that the loser had to stab themselves with a screwdriver.
What kind of game?
I don't know what kind
What kind of people?
Fort Pierce, what kind of drinking games are you playing?
Oh, the fort knows how to do it.
That's how you do it?
No, it's not. They think they know how they do it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, the fort, you really need a reality check here.
Well, they're drinking. The guy goes, okay, hit me in the shoulder with the screwdriver. Oh, that really hurts. I think I need medical attention. So they call police. Paramedics show up. They're like, what happened? He's like, I fell. They're like, you've got a drinking game set up here, and it says on this card that you got to stab yourself in the shoulder with a screwdriver. Okay.
And there's a screwdriver sticking out of your shoulder. Would you like to change your story, you idiot?
You have to be the investigator on this case. Okay, you fell in the
That's why you don't call the cops.
Yeah.
That's why you drive your friend to the emergency room.
Probably. Yeah. It's just,
You call it Uber. Put it that way.
At Fort Pierce, we got something called Flip Cup down here.
It's a lot less dangerous.
It is. Beer pong. Let's introduce you to some better drinking games. And
Quarter bounce.
Screwdriver in the shoulder. I've never even heard of that.
Anything.
Come on, man. Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. You hop on a little day cruise, boat. You've got a captain that's going to be driving you around, and it's nice because you can have some cocktails.
I love it when there's a captain because, yes, Mama can have cocktails.
Yeah, because we can't have Mama as the captain.
No, I got to be focused if I'm the captain.
See, I love it when I'm on a boat and the captain is sober and I'm drunk. When it's the reversal, it can be horrifying, and that's what was going on here in Sarasota.
Oh, no.
People got onto a boat, and yes, the captain was drunk. And then, when they started complaining, he threatened them with a gun.
Okay. What is he, Captain Jack Sparrow?
And then, when they said, oh, yeah, you're not really going to shoot that, it goes, watch me, boosh, boosh, and start firing off into the water. They're like, this guy is insane and probably also on drugs. And guess what? He was. And they're like going, well, hey, we're only 60 miles offshore. How bad could it be?
60?
60 miles. You're 60 miles offshore with a drunk boat captain who's also on drugs, has a gun, and is firing it. Now, luckily, the boat captain somehow got him back to shore. I have a feeling it probably wasn't the right one, but he got back to a shore. Cops were waiting there and arrested him. He's booked on several charges, including boating under the influence. But, yeah, not a relaxing day at sea.
No.
Wow. There's a guy in Pinellas Park. He and his missus, they have actually a pretty lengthy domestic battery checklist. Back and forth, by the way. The latest in this saga, apparently while she was sleeping and after they had fought, he decided to dump a bunch of ketchup on her. That got him arrested again for misdemeanor domestic battery. So apparently you can't attack with ketchup.
That's an odd weapon of choice.
It would be perfect for you because you hate ketchup.
Oh, I'd be so mad. The damage that would do to the sheets and just mattress pad.
Why don't they break up? I mean, if you keep beating on each other and dumping food and condiments, why are we still together?
Y'all are not good for each other, but you know what? Y'all are probably not bright. They're not smart enough to say, this is toxic, we gotta walk away.
Well, they might be too crazy for anyone else but themselves. True. And maybe that's it. They realize no one else will take us, so we're the only two people crazy enough to live with one another.
And ketchup, much like mayo, a tough condiment to kind of clean up and to get the smell out. You think you've gotten it all out of your room, and it's not.
Well, it's a tough condiment to attack with because how can you tell the ketchup from the blood?
Good point. Great point.
You don't know. You don't know. Boy, if somebody takes karaoke seriously, and we do too. I mean, we do cocktails and karaoke all the time.
At one point, someone almost punched me and Kevin.
Yeah, well.
That was me.
It could be worse. You could be doing karaoke in Texas where they don't punch, they pull guns.
Oh, damn, Texas.
Yeah, on Saturday, this woman, she wanted to be the next person to sing. And
I get it.
I'm on the list.
If they skip you, I get it.
You want to talk about who's going to sing next? Talk to my peacemaker.
Look, Denny's, our poor sweet Denny's, he has to hear it when we do cocktails and karaoke and someone gets skipped. They go to Denny's and they want to wring his neck. They think he's in charge.
Well, there's rules of karaoke. There's unspoken because not everybody knows them, but there are rules of karaoke.
Did we write no guns on that rule list?
You better hope.
Yeah.
Because not only did she pull a piece on him, but she then pistol whipped him with it. So she was booked on 2 felony charges.
Strong moves.
I am singing next, damn it.
Did she sing?
That's a great question, too.
In jail.
Okay, so she could do some Elvis.
Nobody knows the
terrible
trouble
echo
I've
there.
seen.
Terrible echo. That's the only problem. Well, there's some thieves in Okaloosa Island, Florida. They were robbing an ATM with a blowtorch. But here's the only problem. When you take a blowtorch to steal on this safe, they actually wound up welding it totally shut. So they did the exact reversal of what they were trying to do. It didn't work out well. Yeah. Oh, this is a twisted dude in Iowa. He was in the library, apparently checking out some adult materials.
In the library?
In the library, yes. And you know you're supposed to be quiet, but he was making some noises.
So he brought his own periodicals in. He didn't get those from the library.
Yeah, I don't know why he decided to do it there, because they had to call the cops and said, this guy clearly is doing something that he enjoys too much. We know people don't like reading this much.
You know why he was there. He likes the whole scenario. He likes being watched. He likes trying to be quiet.
The library is a comfortable place, too.
There's a lot of places to hide in the library.
There are. You can find a little nook, and you can probably have a very peaceful time.
My mom was almost kidnapped from a library in Rhode Island. Some guy chased her. She was walking down one of the aisles of the book, and the guy started sprinting at her. She ran out, and he ran and chased her down the street, and she lost him.
And all I kept yelling was, late fees! Late fees!
No, you forgot your book!
Jason's paranoid mother.
She's very paranoid. No, but I grew up always believing that, oh yeah, some guy chased her in a library, tried to kidnap her. She ran up a building, looked down the window, and he was down in the corner looking for her. I go, where did she go?
Late fees!
Boy, that's an intense librarian. They chase you now?
I don't think he was a librarian. I think he was a creepo.
A pedophile?
Or a librarian. One of the two.
No, it could have been like this guy in Iowa. The cops had to come in, and they're like, all right, you're coming with us. So he stands up, and as he did, apparently a sex toy fell off of him. They don't say what it was or where it was, but
where was it lodged?
A sex toy fell off of him. We don't know if his front back or what this guy exactly was doing to make these dummy noises. But then they said, all right, we got to frisk this cat. And when they did, they found 2 other adult toys in the pocket of his sweatshirt.
Oh, my gosh.
Of course he's wearing a sweatshirt.
What a busy guy. I mean, 2 more toys. I don't know if you even have enough orifices for all that.
He was trying to figure out which one was what he's in the mood for at the moment. If he's had that much variety.
Yeah.
Or maybe he puts them all in one.
Maybe.
And we've been telling you so much about Star Wars coming to Disney in August. Apparently fights are already erupting there because they sell Jedi robes. And this is at Disneyland. This is where the fights are happening. They're going to bring these in August. So in Orlando, they're like going, okay, great. So we got to deal with these fights that are happening because what's going on is they're selling these Jedi robes in the Star Wars areas, but then they won't let you put them on and wear them in the park. Because I don't think they want you acting like you work there.
They have a rule.
So-
You cannot be in costume if you're a grown-up.
I bought this. I can put this on.
And they're like, no, you can't. You got to put it in a bag and carry it out of here.
So they're getting major fights.
That's a big Disney rule because I got a girlfriend that wasn't allowed to go to Disney on ice because she showed up looking like Anna. Her daughter was Elsa and she was Anna, and they kicked her ass out.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
She had to go buy a new shirt.
Wow.
And take her hair down and like fix her whole thing. They will not let you dress in character if you're a grown-up.
Wow. How about
Don't
that?
do it.
So if I go in there trying to act like Ariel, I can't do it.
No.
Okay.
I would like to see that though. You as the Little Mermaid, that sounds hot.
Valuable lessons here in the Whacked Out News. Do you ever look back at a TV show or a movie, maybe even listen to a song that you used to love and you're like going, oh my gosh, I did not realize at the time that, whoa, this definitely goes against today's current PC culture. There's no way this does not weather well. I think all the time, even actors, musicians are having to answer for something that they were in from the past that we didn't think anything about it even 5-10 years ago. And now you're like going, oh, okay, that just seems pretty odd today in the filter that we now have.
Me and Denny's were watching the old movie Meatballs with Bill Murray. Do you remember that movie back in the day? There is a very weird scene where he's trying to tickle this girl that he likes, and he's holding her down on the bed, and she's like, stop. He's like, oh, I'm giving you a noogie, and he's tickling her. It is an awkward scene.
Oh,
Me and Denny's look at each other and go, that is a weird scene nowadays.
There was a lot of that kind of stuff where they would pass that off. Now you call it male toxicity.
Hashtag meatballs too.
It was a weird clip.
Yes, but then it was like, oh, this is a guy that's just got swagger and he's got charm, and he's like, yeah, they'll put up a front like they don't like it, but oh, they really do.
No means yes.
Yeah.
No, actually, no does mean no.
Right. It took us a long time to figure that out for some reason.
Well, the scene goes on for like 3 minutes.
You're like, all right already.
I don't like it.
Cracked had this list, characters who should have been reported for harassment, and one that they put, and this is an older movie too, if you remember back to the movie The Breakfast Club, which I was just checking, has very high ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. People still love it, but if you remember Bender, who was the bad boy in the movie.
Judd Nelson.
Yeah, he was mercilessly teasing Claire, who was, kind of the prissy girl, joking about getting her pregnant. He offered to show her a picture of a man with elephantitis of the groin and even put his face between her legs in study hall. And then by the end of the movie, oh yeah, they're a couple.
Well, the softer side of him was shown.
That's what it showed you. I mean, and then, back then, if you're like me growing up and watching those movies, like, well, I guess that's how you get the girl, right?
Judd Nelson's so cool.
Well, I just learned so much from that. I got to take my face and bury it in a girl's crotch without her permission.
I think if you have parents teaching you right and wrong, you watch that and
True.
you don't do that.
Yes, but
Not
was just
everybody has
something they put in a
parents.
movie. Would they make that scene today?
Yes.
Would they do that?
They
you
would.
think so?
They would. I think people are still making those kind of scenes today, but they're going to get heat. And if you're someone that's making movies, you're ready to get that heat.
Yeah.
You want the attention.
Some of the other ones they listed on Crack, characters who should have been reported for harassment. Moaning Myrtle. If you've ever seen the Harry Potter movies, if you go back to Goblet of Fire, in one scene, she hits Harry up while he's taking a bath. She's actually coming on to him while he's in the bath and even takes a peek at his wand, if you will. Yes, that was Moaning Myrtle, if you remember back to Goblet of Fire. And that's, 10 years ago, 12? Something like that, maybe? Not even that. There was a scene now you'd be like, I don't know.
But here's what I always bring up. What is the difference between a movie and then a book? We've had books forever. There's violence, there's sex talk, there's everything you're talking about that's put into movies. What's the difference? And there's been times where they've tried to ban books before. It's the same concept.
Yeah. Are we going through an era and we'll kind of get out of it and then kind of go back to some of the stuff that we saw? Or is this rewriting the future and how will these things age? And will it be something really going, it makes me feel weird. I don't want to see that anymore.
Yeah, I think you're still going to see people do it.
They say even going back to Twilight, for months, Edward sneaks into Bella's room without her knowing. They said in The Office even, Jem, who loved Pam, she was engaged tried to refuse him, but he followed her into a dark room, put his arm around her waist, and kissed her. And this is after she told him no.
We were talking about that the other day. He says he loves her in the parking lot. She turns him down. She goes into the office after hours. He follows her in there, and then he makes a move on her. But she loved him, and they get married. They have kids.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you.
They said McDreamy on Grey's Anatomy relentlessly pursued Meredith, even though he's her boss, and she called him out for it. And he's like, "Going, well, it's fun, isn't it?" McDreamy. How dare you? Yes.
Again, though, these aren't real. They're.
Yeah. But it was just kind of interesting because, now I think, then you didn't think anything of it. You're like, okay, whatever. Now, though, at least, not to say you're like going, oh, how dare they, and you're all upset, but at least it does kind of give you a pause to be like, okay, that was kind of odd.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you look at it second, like a double take, like, what?
Right, because if they were doing that today, this would be a major HR issue.
Even Steve Carell said he doesn't know if The Office would be made like it was made back, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Got any other examples to add to it? You can let us know, 877-979-WRMF.
I'm sorry. I just thought of one. I just messed up your flow. I'm so sorry.
Hit it up. Hit it up, baby.
I'm so sorry.
My friend's got Tourette's. I'm sorry.
The idea comes in. It may not be there. We don't know for how long.
I know you heard my breath over the air. I went, Kevin. Not even that great about it.
No, you got the stage now.
Tom Cruise from Top Gun. He follows Kelly McGillis into the bathroom after she refused.
Big time.
He follows her into the woman's bathroom.
Well, and that was like, whoa, this guy's so persistent, and he's got confidence and charisma, and
he's a predator, and now he's in the ladies' room. You creepy troll.
He really is creepy following her in the bathroom.
Yeah, Cracked did pretty entertaining little blog of characters who should have been reported for harassment. Looking back at some of the shows that we used to watch, movies, even some songs, you're like going, yeah. Oddly enough, there are a lot. We've always talked about that one song. She's just 16 years old. Leave her alone, they say.
Yeah, they are the cops.
And her parents.
And he's about a 32-year-old man. Yeah, that just doesn't fly today.
And the video. I mean, if you want to get
in the video,
out,
he's like a 32-year-old man, and she is like maybe a 14-year-old girl.
She is in her room. He's at her window. He's on a payphone trying to reach her. He's looking at her in her window.
No alarm bells went off, though, back in the 80s. You're like, oh, it's a love story.
That dude, pull that today, he gonna get shot.
Yeah.
But your boy, Gene Simmons. Christine.
16. Oh, yeah. Yeah. She's only 17. Daddy says she's too young, but she's old enough for me.
Oh.
Some of the lyrics from songs back in the 80s. You also brought up the old show Saved by the Bell. One thing that they have on Cracked is, remember that funny episode in Saved by the Bell when Zach Morris sold swimsuit photos of his underage female schoolmates taken without their consent?
Oh, there's this series called Zach Morris is Trash. Somebody's gone through pretty much every episode of Saved by the Bell, and they've taken 5 minutes to analyze everything Zach Morris did, and they'll pause it. They'll go, now why is Zach going into the girls' locker room? And this is creepy. It's pretty funny.
And they're right when you break it down.
Zach Morris was trash. He was a terrible character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They even brought up, you can flip to the other gender, too. If you remember the movie Horrible Bosses, where you remember Jennifer Aniston was his boss, and she was overtly coming on to him. And
I love that movie.
But people aren't mad about that movie. They're just bringing it up like if that was real.
Right, yeah. I don't know if there's anger with any of this. It's just like, yeah. And then Wedding Crashers, if you remember the Stage 5 clinger. I think he was on the toilet, and she bust in and was all over him.
Oh, and then she's grabbing his you-know-what at the dinner table.
Yeah. They even have an example here, Rocky, when he took Adrian into his apartment, and she tried to leave. She got nervous. She bolted for the door, and he prevents her from getting away by putting his hand on it like, oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yeah. The Rock, Virginia.
Oh, no, you're not. So there you go. Yeah. Anything else to add to it? 877-979-WRMF. Somebody said, I remember in the movie Grease, They're at the high school dance, and the TV anchor Vince Fontaine is caught making out with a high school pink lady.
That's
Marty.
Right, he is.
Would not fly today.
I mean, she doesn't leave his side the entire dance. He's completely into the teenage girl.
It's a teacher and a teenage girl?
No, it's the guy putting on the actual dance contest. He's the national guy coming in. Hey, everybody, what's going on? It's the best on Stacks and Wax. And that guy.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Somebody also pointed out the lyrics to another song. Depeche Mode had one, Question of Time. The lyrics read, now you're only 15 and you look good. I'll take you under my wing. Somebody should.
And you kind of creeped up your voice a little bit.
Yeah, I gotta go. I feel weird.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.
We're talking about this cracked list, the characters who should have been reported for harassment today's day and age. In fact, there was something actually Nick Jonas brought up, just how we look at things a little bit differently after what we've gone through over the last couple of years here in society, and something we didn't even really think of. Not too long ago, he said, you know, the whole thing about the purity rings that was kind of weird for us at the time, we're 13 or 14, and everybody's really wanting to talk about our sex life. And the purity rings just really thrust that into the forefront about, are you guys, and like, I'm 13, like, I don't know. Well, felt kind of weird talking about this.
The media wanted to talk about it.
Yeah,
that's who
they
wanted.
did not. Yeah, that was the overall thing. It's like going, I don't know, would that still fly in this day and age, asking 13, 14-year-old boys about their sex life?
They kind of do that with that Millie, or is it Millie Bobby or Bobby Millie, or she's
Millie Bobby Brown?
Yeah, she's only like 13 or 14. They ask her some pretty prying questions about her dating life. I'm like, girl can't even drive yet.
Yeah, I know, and it is kind of weird. Why would you even like, okay, yeah. But maybe when you're like 21,
Yeah.
at least over 18.
18 or older.
At least. Wait until then. Miley Cyrus actually went off on Twitter. Did you hear about the guy that was in Spain that apparently as she's walking through a crowd, this guy reached out, touched her hair, and pulled her toward her for a kiss?
Yeah, I heard about this.
I saw it. Do you see it?
I haven't seen the video on it.
They're going through a mob of people, and all these fans are grabbing, and they're trying to get him through, and this guy grabs Miley, and everyone's just kind of jostling around, and he puts his hand like on her shoulder, or so you can't really see it, but he does grab her, and he kisses her on, forces her over, kisses her on the cheek, and then they get her out of there.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was a ton of people. It was going through a crazy crowd.
Well, I mean, first of all, it sounds horrifying and scary. And then on top of it, people were on Twitter saying, yeah, she asked for it. It's just the way she acts, the way she dressed. So she went off and said, quote, Miley tweeted out, she can be wearing what she wants. She can be a virgin. She can be sleeping with 5 different people. She can be with her husband. She can be with her girlfriend. She can be naked. She can't be grabbed without her consent. Hashtag don't F with my freedom.
I agree with Miley.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on
Can't
now.
be grabbing people.
You should be able to grab that guy and have him arrested.
Well, I think it was so crazy. You got to check out the video. I mean, it was chaos.
It's too fast.
Nutty.
I'd be mad at my security team, though. I mean, that's kind of on them, too. If they walk her into a situation where she's not safe, then that's on them.
She was with her man, too, and her man was a little bit ahead of her, and she was kind of trailing him.
See, that's the problem. You got to make sure that you're surrounded by security teams if you're going through an unsafe area like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's crazy.
But sometimes you can't. I mean, some things happen like that.
Yeah, but they can do other precautions. They can go to different entrances. They can like drive other places. They can do different things.
I mean, you're running my security for Friday. Did you not hear her say she's running the security?
She's got you.
She's got me for the Naked Mile.
I've outsourced a private contractor. I've got you a real legit bodyguard.
She's over here talking about how to do security. We shall see on Friday.
They won't get to you, Bird. No one's kissing you on your face unless the stalker. I mean, she's real persistent.
Ugh, okay, shut up.
She's a big help, isn't she?
Yeah, thanks. That's my security team, by the way.
Yeah. You're in trouble.
I'm going to show the stalker all the gaps in our security plan.
I don't think you'll have to even show her. I think they'll be pretty glaring and obvious.
She's not allowed in.
Yeah.
Seriously, she's not allowed in at Swampgrass Willie's.
I don't know what she looks like.
I hear she's a cocktail waitress there.
We will make sure that we have the proper.
She just got hired.
Yeah,
she just got a job at Swampgrass.
She's a stage manager.
Well, I quit. I'm going on Naked Mile strike again.
He'll be doing the Naked Mile down the street.
Yeah, you'll save me a run a mile, all right.
Well, talking about how things have aged, you know what's kind of odd is we talk about some of these shows and like, oh, it looks kind of awkward and weird. You know, they brought back some shows that people are like, wow, could you even air that today? They did the All in the Family and the Jeffersons, which had a lot of racial stuff in it. People are going, oh, there's no way that would fly today. And they did the exact scripts from how they aired. And the reviews on it were amazing. The ratings on it were fantastic. And now they're saying ABC's likely going to be doing a lot more of that stuff. I'm sure they're probably sitting in a board room today saying, okay, we got to keep doing that. Because it's refreshing. It is, I think, for people to say, okay, because it really was supposed to paint Archie Bunker into a bad light as being a bigot and a racist and all that kind of stuff, and you're supposed to laugh at him.
That's how they kind of do it with The Office with Steve Carell. They kind of make him a boob, and then through time, through all the seasons, he starts to grow a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's kind of refreshing to see. So that might be coming back. MTV's bringing back a couple shows that maybe you might remember. Reboots are big, baby. You remember Singled Out?
Yes.
From 2 decades ago, back in the early 90s, Jenny McCarthy started on that show.
Yes.
They're going to be bringing that back, not with Jenny McCarthy.
Too bad.
And they have, what's his name that's the Nerdist guy? He was, I think
Chris.
Yeah. I know. I think he's the one that started it. That's how he got his thing.
Chris.
No. Punk'd is also going to be getting a reboot. Now, apparently, with so many different networks, it's not going to be shown on MTV. And the episodes are not going to be as long as they were. 10-minute episodes, and they're going to be hosted on Kvj, a mobile video platform. So MTV, I guess, is producing them, bringing them back, and that's where they're going to put them.
Who are they punking, though? That's going to be crucial.
Absolutely.
Because Ashton Kutcher got the big names. I mean, he punked Timberlake in his own front yard.
Brought Timberlake to tears.
That's
what
great.
was good.
That's what was great. Because you had Ashton doing it, and he's a biggest star in his own right. And then you got him punking celebrity friends that are even bigger than him.
The one you got to check out is the one, I don't know what country it was, but they punked Paris Hilton on a plane, and they act like it was going down. And they had so many camera angles, and it was to the point where I legitimately felt bad for Paris Hilton.
Yeah, there's definitely a level, and you know, I'm almost surprised they're bringing back Punk because it's inspired how many pranksters on YouTube who are doing stuff. Did you see that one YouTube prankster that fed the homeless guy the toothpaste Oreo?
Oh,
and the
that's
guy got sick.
terrible.
Yeah, they no tolerance, man. I think the kid is like on probation, and they shut down his YouTube channel for 5 years.
Good.
And yeah, I think he's like going to jail for a year. Something like all this crazy stuff, like a major fine.
There was another girl. She has a YouTube channel, and she was going into Walmart and
Firing people.
like firing people that work there. And one woman thought it was real. She got the whole thing on tape. The woman breaks down in tears, thinks she just lost her job at Walmart.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah, these people should be actually physically attacked.
Yeah.
They're awful. If you give a homeless guy something that makes him sick,
Yeah,
and you're videoing
terrible.
it and laughing.
Well, and then he was saying very disparaging things about brushing his teeth and how much money he made, and just awful things on top of it. Yeah, it was. Well, that's why they really stuck it to him. He's like,
Good.
Well, it's the obscene, it's the absurd. That's what makes people watch.
No, that's what makes you go to jail.
His comments were on top of it were so like you rooted very hard for every little bit he got.
I mean, some people like that don't care. I don't care. I want to be hated. What do you do? What do you do with that?
You do what that country did. It was another country, and it to me, honestly, applaud them.
Lock him up.
Do the same thing. We got to go after whatever those goofy brothers are.
I agree.
Logan Paul, the Paul brothers.
Somebody got arrested. People keep trying to go in his house.
Yeah.
And so he had to call the cops because he feared for his life.
That's probably a prank.
Yeah, don't get caught up with the Logan.
You
I
sound
don't
like
know.
my son, Cannon.
There was a police report. It was on TMZ.
Cannon would always show me like the one time they had a demon that was running loose in their apartment. He's like, no, Dad, it's a real demon.
You sound like canon right now. You sound like you're 10 years old.
I've heard this
Virginia.
before, Virginia.
It was on TMZ.
Yeah. It was.
I believe TMZ.
Quit acting like TMZ is
I
this
know.
the end all be all.
They are.
They're shady. They're shady too.
You take it back.
Never. You act like they are so credible.
They are so credible.
Well, if you're actually looking for something decent to watch, I just saw this. There is a new TV show that just ended its run, and it has the highest scores ever on IMDb for this pretty prestigious network. Okie dokie. Looking for some good TV to check out. This TV show just ended its run, and it is the highest score ever on IMDb for a show on HBO. That's pretty impressive, right? Who just wrapped up, and it's not Game of Thrones.
Highest score ever.
Highest score ever in HBO history on IMDb. You may go and say, oh, it's going to be Game of Thrones. No. What else do they have? The Sopranos.
Is it Barry?
Could it be Barry? Could it be Veep? Could it be
yeah.
Curb Your Enthusiasm? No, it's Chernobyl.
Oh, yeah, they do amazing. When it comes to that kind of stuff, they are the goods.
Chernobyl, yeah. I think it's already, because, I mean, it's not like an ongoing saga.
We know what happens.
Yeah. But apparently they did such an amazing job with it. I'd heard some other people talking about it. They said, yeah, it's a little disturbing. You know what it is, but it's fascinating, and apparently it's very well done. I'm like, okay, if you're in a mood where it's like, okay, I think I can handle something a little disturbing today. The reviews are amazing, better than any other show in HBO history.
Is it it's actors or it's a documentary?
It's actors, I believe, but it's, having to do with what happened. And I think what it is because my cousin saw it and they're telling me about it. It sounds like it really goes into another level of what you didn't know that had gone into the cover-up, because it was the then Soviet Union. And they had this nuclear meltdown, and what it was like and how it looked and how bad it was and what was going on with it. And they were trying to cover all that stuff up.
Wow.
But it was a major deal. I mean, it was over here. I remember I was a kid when it all went down, and I still remember it being well talked about. But apparently, if we would have known everything, it'd have been like a life-changing kind of situation.
Now I got to watch it now. You sold me?
Well, yeah, hey, it's IMDb. So, I mean, the people who've already seen it are selling it. So I've heard great things, and I'm seeing great things right there. So I don't know if anybody else has checked it out, if it's really that good.
And now HBO does that thing where they release a new episode every week. They make you wait for it, right?
They do make you wait for it, unless it's a previous series, and then it's like Netflix. You can go back and watch everything.
So did Chernobyl just start?
I think it's over. I think it's done its run. Yeah, I think you could go on and binge and watch the
whole
entire thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So that's where people are saying, yeah, from start to finish. So you're not going to be like, I was really good, and then all of a sudden, the last couple episodes, they really rushed them, and then the characters did weird things that they're not really expected to be doing.
I'll tell you what I don't like is that on the on-demand stuff, you go to watch a network show. If you want to do the whole, let's say they have 10 episodes or 12 episodes, a lot of times what they do, 3 weeks after the first 3 or 4 episodes air, they take them off demand, and you have to buy them.
Oh.
So you'll go to watch a series, and it starts with episode 5.
That sucks.
You want to watch episodes 1 through 4, you got to buy them $2.99 a pop.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they get you.
I get you.
Yeah, somebody texted in and said, yeah, we've been watching it. It's very good, but extremely depressing.
Yeah, I don't know if I have it in me.
Oh, you are way too soft.
I'm too soft for Chernobyl.
Okay. Yeah, people are raving about it. But yeah, just know going into it, that's what you're going to get. Apparently very well done. But yeah, it's not the feel-good TV show of the year.
No, it's not your sweet story of the summer.
Yeah. But yeah, Claudia, like in our chat room, said Chernobyl is the best show on Earth.
Wow.
Okay. So whatever they're doing with this thing is getting rave reviews. Delaware Ted sent an email, too. He said, hey, Kev, I know you like shows about running drugs, the rise and fall of a criminal empire with a touch of actual real-life footage surrounding a known criminal organization. Since you like all these things, you got to check out Bad Blood on Netflix.
I heard about this. Somebody else recommended Bad Blood to me.
It's a scripted show based on real crime families that revolves around their criminal activity in Montreal. It's a must-see. Season 2 just dropped on Netflix, so you should check it out.
Okay.
I think I've seen a little bit of the previews on that, but I haven't yet watched it. So thank you. If you're looking for something to watch this summertime, 2 great suggestions.
Want to see what Virginia looks like on camera? And Kevin and Jason, youtube.com/KVJ Show. Looking for some KVJ merchandise and swag? Go to kvjshow.com and click KVJ Gear.
All right, well, coming up, we've got the After the Show podcast going to be on the way with your emails. Any comments you want to throw into the mix, you can mail at kvjshow.com. We'll take the good, the bad, whatever you got to say. You can do that, including the person that people are texting in about right now that should be fired from this show. We'll let you know who that is. So that'll be coming up here.
It's got to be Virginia, right?
I don't know. Do you think that's you're putting your money on Virginia?
Although there's a lot of people who think I should be fired too. That's a big one for me.
Yeah, they're trying to make a pitch and a strong argument that somebody on the show needs to be fired.
Well, in their face, this bad broadcasting will continue tomorrow.
What?
Like it or not.
Can you give us a hint on what this person did on the show? Just give us a hint on what they're being called out.
There's just a comment. There was a comment that went off that somebody didn't care for. Yeah, that's what it's all about. You have to tune in and find out a little bit more. Something possibly for you, JBird, that Coca-Cola's doing. They just kicked off their Make Your Mix contest, which challenges soft drinkers to hit up one of their freestyle machines to whip up a concoction.
Ooh.
That's like the machine they have in BurgerFi, where you can add all the different flavors.
Yes.
And pick exactly the combination that you want to put together.
Oh, I could spend hours at that thing. There's so many combinations, Kev.
There's a lot of good stuff you can do. I used to do that when I was a kid. I would go in there, and everybody's got like different names for them. Like some people awfully called it, I don't get why, like a suicide, I think was the name that I heard for it.
That was one. Back in Lake Park, we'd call it that. And we'd call it the monster drink.
Yeah. Those are two names I've heard on that you would do that, where you just put a little bit of everything. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I think I thought like I was cheating the system, or like I'm so radical that I've got Dr. Pepper, Coke.
You're a mad
Mountain Dew.
scientist.
I'm a mad scientist. Who knows how crazy I'm going to get.
Oh, that was my favorite drink growing up. I used to love going to this
It had to
place.
be awful, right? I can't remember because
it.
I haven't had it since I was probably in 5th grade.
I loved it, actually.
Big Linda back in the day, my mom she taught me how to do this. So she would get a Sprite. It'd be like 3/4 Sprite, and then it'd be like a little bit of lemonade and a splash of fruit punch. It's not bad.
Okay, yeah. Some people do that. I mean, there'll be mixologists right there, even at a, soda machine.
It was good.
Yeah. They say with Coke, after you've put your beverage together, you snap a pic and you post it along with the recipe and the hashtag Make Your Mix contest. You put it on Twitter or Instagram. And it's valid in all 50 states, runs through the end of June. And they say when the voting wraps, the grand prize winner gets $10,000, while 5 runner-ups will earn $100. Kind of weak. I mean, come on, Coca-Cola. Really? We can't do something better than that?
Thanks for the hundy.
Yeah. So there you go. A couple things to check out. Were you a person who believed in more ice or less ice in your fountain drinks?
Less.
Depends on the ice. Crushed ice, I like to pack that baby at least 3/4, sometimes maybe even closer to the brim.
But you're getting less soda.
But, free refills. You always hang around. You gulp it.
So you're hanging out in a quick trip?
That has always been my game.
He's just browsing. Just can't believe it. I can't believe I've been in this quick trip for 5 hours and Am kicked me out.
I still do that at Publix. Publix has got great crushed ice. The first thing I do, I walk right over there, get a big-ass Coke, do my shopping, go halfway through, get a refill.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 77% of people say they like soda better with ice.
Yes.
There's one beverage that people like more with ice in it than soda. What do you think that might be? It's necessary. What beats soda? It's not water. That's only 71%.
Bird.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid is a good one, but no, that's not it.
Bird.
Yep.
Tang.
Nope, not it. I think Virginia kind of danced around it a little bit.
Lemonade.
Yeah, lemonade.
Lemonade.
86% of people say lemonade is better with ice. I would argue that. I think
it's true.
Well, and the reason being, too, is when the ice melts, it doesn't really mess up the lemonade. With a lot of other beverages, soda, it does. Water, it doesn't. But, they ask people, like, who likes ice and what drinks. And, people were talking about, well, even 5% of people like ice in their milk. But...
that is
ice in your milk. Yeah, 4% of people like ice in their beer. But you throw off the flavor, so you feel this race against the clock. You know, some people put it in their orange juice. Same thing. It's like it's,
Do you
watering it down.
Do you think you would like beer pie?
What is beer pie? They describe it.
Really hard to get on a fork.
Yes.
It's just, you got flavors in there, and it's got a big old strong hint of beer, and it's got good crust, real sweet, nice crust.
But what is the
pie?
The pie is beer. You also got apples.
Maybe this wasn't well thought out.
I just talk.
Yeah, I just talk. I don't think about anything.
Should we just take away his thought of the day for that?
I totally get why I have haters. I get it. I understand.
Yeah, well, I think a new email just came in. Somebody trying to help you out, JBird. They text in, try beer bread. Beer bread. So, yeah, you could do a beer bread, maybe not beer pie.
See, some of the people get me, man. Thank you for that comment.
Ignore the 15 other comments. It's Jason's stupid.
Oh, something tells me the hate email we got has nothing to do with me or Kevin. I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Oh, whatever. Beer pie.
Beer pie. We'll get to that after the show. Podcast is on the way on YouTube Live. Just about 15 minutes. You can get it on our podcast any time of day later on. I want to give a nice little shout out. This is really kind of cool. I hear when people do the right thing, and there's a high school student in Texas that decided to throw a pizza party for the homeless as her graduation party.
I saw that.
That's kind of cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm like, way to go. What a good little lesson that is.
Sweet.
They got 100,000 people on followers after.
Wow.
Something like that. And I also could be reading from a different article, so never mind. Sorry.
Send that new email to mail@kvjshow.com. Just put subject Jason is stupid and we'll get it. Thank you.
We'll put it in the pile. It's a big pile.
You got a lot of nerve, lady. You really do.
Okay, JBird, let's get a well thought out thought of the day.
It's not going to wow you, but it's going to make you think slightly.
At this point, we'll take D material.
Okay.
That's what we got yesterday.
The biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand. We listen to reply. Oh.
What'd you say?
What?
The biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand. We listen to reply. We listen to reply.
It is true. You're right. No one's listening.
What? Get out.
Looking for what's going on in South Florida? Sign up for our KVJ E-Blast and stay connected.